Apparently Lil Uzi is going through some changes. Let's check out this video. Oh, if it's gonna be like some Instagram live drama, I might skip it, but we'll see. Lil Uzi Vert's fans are turning on him by Dom Ikowski. I think that's how you say it.
Uzi, 30 years old, cosplaying as a teenage anime boy.
Okay, I was gonna say just like me at the first part, but I don't do the second part, okay?
Lil Uzi Vert
like
seen out in public with controversial content creator Glow Diddy again. When you find out your go
No Diddy, but her name is Glow Diddy.
Is washed,
Crazy.
Which is the most liked post in the Lil Uzi Vert Reddit in the past year. It seems like Uzi's fans have had enough of him cosplaying, inhaling night, dropping mid-music and hanging out with people who have Diddy allegations. And that's really only the surface
like
of
being named that is pretty despicable. But also the nitrous, not good, Mr. Vert. I don't know about the mid-music part, dude, and freaking I do have Lil Uzi as my Steam profile picture eating a money sandwich, so I'm a little biased. I like the guy.
What's been going on with Uzi in the past couple of years. So let's delve into why Lil Uzi's fan base is turning on him. So let's bring it back a couple of years and let's look at where Uzi was.
Is he wearing the Joker Mickey Mouse chain? Blinged out? Iced out?
At in his career. So obviously, as we all know, he was one of the most prominent figures in this SoundCloud scene back around 2017 and 2018, with him really leading that entire wave as he was the biggest artist from that era. Not only was he dropping straight hits, but he also had the perfect aesthetic. The colored dreads matched with the craziest outfits. Everybody just...
He's like a SoundCloud rapper, final boss.
Absolutely loved Uzi. Well, now let's fast forward to the March of 2020.
He's got braces, dude. He is just like me in the past.
Uzi shocked the world by surprise dropping his most anticipated album yet, Eternal Atake. This release completely broke the internet as it was dropped randomly in the morning of a Friday. And with albums normally dropping at midnight, most fans thought Uzi wasn't going to drop. And I mean, most of you will know the trend of like everyone remembers what they were doing when Uzi dropped Eternal Atake, simply because of how...
I remember when the album, I think before this, or it was a while ago, probably like 2020 or something, 2021 maybe, but freaking when he dropped like his sequel to some shit, there was a Lil Uzi album that just came out, and I remember I was at my friend's house and we were just chilling, and then there was this guy there that I didn't really know, but he was really excited about it and talking to me about it, and I'm like, I don't know anything about Lil Uzi at all. And yeah, that was pretty much it. It was funny though.
Much of a shock it was. Now, even with the album selling a crazy 300,000 units in its first week, the album actually ended up receiving mixed reviews. Totally forgettable album, don't think I listened to it more than twice, just had zero staying power with me.
There's probably like 40 songs on it, so if you listen to it twice, dude, you were entertained for like 3 days.
No standout songs like 20 Minutes, XO...
This is the equivalent of a Steam review that says, I played for 400 hours, kind of mid, wouldn't do it again,
etc. Just kind of came and went in my opinion. The original album is so boring in my opinion. There's really only like 3 or 4 tracks that I actually...
What do these guys
The last
know?
album, Eternal Atake, is still charting 1 year after its release, but you've said that you weren't happy with the way it turned out. All of my music for Eternal Atake got leaked, so I had to redo it. It didn't reach its full potential, I just knew it wasn't the sound I was going for. Let's just say Eternal Atake for another artist would have been really good, because it was super dumbed down to where everyone could enjoy it. But that's not my artistry. I want my music to be more intimate to my real fans. I wanted it to be almost cult-like.
That's probably why you put the Big Time Rush feature on there. Because they have something of a cult-like fan base themselves. Gotta listen closely, guys, because it's a quick feature. It's at the beginning.
Hey, you're not Big Time Rush.
Dude, you're not Big Time Rush.
We're Big Time Rush.
We're Big Time Rush.
Lil Uzi.
And I don't know why they say that both lines twice. It's almost like their manager was telling them what they had to say, and then they said it, and then they didn't cut any of that out.
Hey, you're not Big Time Rush.
Dude, you're not Big Time Rush.
We're Big Time Rush.
We're Big Time Rush.
Lil Uzi.
But maybe I'm tripping. I used to watch that show on Nickelodeon. Didn't love it.
In another interview, this time with Fat Joe on Instagram Live, he would say, the music is tolerable and the music wasn't that great.
And the music is tolerable. It's not, oh my God, this is the music is definitely there. It's good production, but honestly, from Lil Uzi Vert, we expect it. Star, moon, spaceships, and the high above, we expect everything from him, because I'm already giving off this persona. I have a pink diamond in the middle of my head, yo.
I did notice that.
Be going
It's kind of freaking me out. It's like some Steven Universe belly button type shit. Have you seen that show? Surely there's a picture of the guy's belly button. He's got a gem in there. It's ridiculous.
diamond.
Not
Now,
his.
honestly,
I meant Steven Universe.
it's quite upsetting to see an album perform so well numbers wise, yet get such mixed reviews, and the artists themselves even disliking their biggest project. But there was nothing Uzi could do now, apart from put his head down, get back in the studio and release the next album. But the truth is, things would only continue going downhill from here onwards for him. So just 7 months after Eternal Atake, Uzi would drop a collaborative tape with Future, which honestly I don't want to dive too deep into. It's a collaborative tape. It did get mixed reviews as some fans thought it was
Thanks for my
repetitive
childhood, bro. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you.
and boring,
Haven't
but
seen you since
it's
yesterday.
whatever. I mean, it still sold an impressive 100,000 units in its first week, and I thought it was a pretty fun project. But
I assumed you were trolling me, but are you talking about Lil Uzi?
after this album, Uzi would take a very dark turn in his career. In the July of 2021, Lil Uzi Vert's ex, Brittany Bird, was having a meeting with artist St. John at a cafe in Hollywood, discussing a business project. Now it seemed like Uzi got word that his ex was meeting up with another guy, where we can only presume he got jealous. Uzi would end up pulling up to that same cafe they were having the meeting at, where Uzi jumped out of an Escalade and confronted everyone at the table, and then got into it with St. John. He would first try to throw a punch at him, miss, fall over, which led to his gun falling out.
Uzi threw a punch at JHN and missed. He fell down, his gun fell on the ground, and that's it. So, brief altercation.
Out onto the floor.
Isn't Lil Uzi like 5 foot nothing? I feel like he's tiny. He's actually Lil, and not very vertical. It's just funny that he threw a punch at whoever this guy is.
It would be at this point when Brittany got up to try calm the situation
Oh, was it a girl or a boy?
down, which is when Uzi would pick up the gun and push it into her stomach, also allegedly striking her. Of course, a pretty disgusting and horrific thing to do to someone who was once a loved one you created albums about. And if you want to know more about Brittany and Uzi's relationship, check out my The Many Toxic Relationships of Lil Uzi Vert video. Eventually, Uzi would be arrested and charged with assault with a firearm, criminal threats and domestic violence, plus a misdemeanor charge of carrying a loaded firearm, which he would plead no content to a year later in the February of 2022, where he was
listening to music. He's listening to different music with the AirPod Pros.
sentenced to 3 years of formal probation, 1 year of treatment for mental health and substance abuse, and 52 weeks of domestic violence counseling. He must also pay restitution and comply with a 10-year criminal protective order, which is a very light sentence considering he not only hit a woman with a gun, but also literally pushed a gun into her stomach.
Okay, that's pretty fucked up. I guess I got my answer. Jeez.
Absolutely
Lil
crazy.
Uzi.
But this isn't the first time we've seen a rapper attack a girl. And of course, since this is a quite common thing in the hip hop industry, this did not at all affect Uzi's career, and really he went on as usual as if nothing happened. Now after the situation was over, it seemed like Uzi was ready to move on and reignite his career with Pink Tape, following the release of his Red and White EP in the July of 2022, which
Pink Tape good? I don't think I listened to it. It looked too crazy. And I just haven't listened to that much Lil Uzi, to be honest. I haven't heard this album either.
as a kind of pre-album tease to feed the fans. Now, not to overhype it, but Pink
Imagine
Tape
giving me a
had
little pre-album tease of an entire album.
huge anticipation. Uzi hadn't dropped any new music in 3 years, and that's excluding the Red and White EP because that was just old songs. Anyways, he had just dropped multiple big songs with Just Wanna Rock, Watch This, and his feature on Yeat's Flawless. He was in a way more stable position in his life after he revealed he had been attending rehab for the past 7 months and was in a pretty healthy relationship with the rapper JT, so it was looking really good for Uzi. I mean, he
Justin
even revealed
Timberlake?
he made over 600 songs just for Pink Tape, and eventually on the 30th of June in 2023, Pink Tape would drop with an enormous 26-song track list. Now, the opening of the album was amazing. Flooded the Face, Suicide Doors, A with Travis Scott, X2, Spin Again. The first 13 tracks or so were amazing. But then as we delved further and further into the album, things just got weirder and weirder. Track 14, Nakamura, the name of a heavily respected and decorated pro WWE wrestler, Shinsuke Nakamura. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation. With the song sampling his theme song, The Rising Sun. A pretty different song, however. From what I can find on social media, a lot of different audiences actually enjoyed this song, so I don't think I can hate too much. But it was a pretty big step in a different direction from Uzi, and this was only really the beginning, as things would only get weirder and weirder. We've then got Fire Alarm with the Snow Strippers, an American
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like Snow Strippers.
electric music duo formed in Detroit. Now, I actually think this song is fire. Uzi does this cool deep voice which mixes it very well with the heck.
I want to see that actually. Snow Strippers has weird music videos. I like them. Weird in a good way. What's going on here, boys? They're chilling at the yard. The train yard with the chainsaw. This feels extremely old, but it only came out a year ago. It's like some YouTube in 2007 type shit. Ah, yes. My hands are bananas. I mean, it sounds nothing like his normal music that I've heard, but freaking I like it. It sounds way more experimental. What did he mean by that? Lewis, what did he mean by that? Lewis, what do you think he meant by that? Alright.
B and background vocals. But the track after that, CS, where Uzi covers
Warming up for Rocket League. Does my title say that? Because I played that earlier. It was a separate stream.
System of a Down's August 2001 hit single Chop Suey. Do I even need to explain what is wrong with Uzi not only putting a cover on his album, but a cover of a rock song? Like, what even is the point? Now, I don't
Maybe I'll get
want
back
to
on
make
Rocket
this
League.
entire video about Pink Tape, so I'm going to wrap this segment up. So, track 18, Uzi would collaborate with rock band Bring Me the Horizon, which again, I don't...
Interesting. I mean, I used to like Bring Me the Horizon when they were like a deathcore band, but I don't think I would like them anymore, no matter what.
think is for me or many hip-hop listeners. And then track 23, The End, featuring Baby Metal, which to me personally just sounds like a bunch of noise. Overall, the album would still perform pretty well, selling 167,000 units.
This is what MGK wishes he was, dude. Freaking the Pink Tape era Lil Uzi Vert
in its first week and debuting at number 1.
Collabing
Overall,
with everybody
a very solid performance, yet less sales than Eternal Atake, but it was an experimental album and times have changed. People are pretty much only streaming these days, which makes it harder to get album sales. Now, this album would get mixed reviews just like Eternal Atake, but with a lot more hate coming Uzi's way this time due to the very weird experimental songs he placed on the album.
Y'all hear the intro to this? I thought it was gonna be some alternative pop, man.
Isn't that what is that? That sounds familiar, but I guess it was like a 2-second guitar thing. Is it System of a Down?
Now that I heard that song, this nigga giving me PTSD, and it sounds like this whole shit gonna be heavy metal the rest of the way. But Werewolf, bring me the horizon, bro.
Bro said heavy metal. Not quite. Maybe he's heard the old deathcore Bring Me the Horizon. Do you think Black Boy Max grew up listening to them? He likes it.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Like the highs and Rehab, of course, which is an old song but still fire, and but then the lows were low, which mainly consisted of those anime and rock songs. That Chop Suey cover is the worst I've heard.
Oh, it was Chop Suey. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. CS is my pick for the worst cover song ever recorded by a mainstream artist. There is nothing redeeming about it whatsoever. It takes the classic original and destroys it in every way. Even the mostly original instrumental sounds like shit. I must have grown up because the album is trash. So personally, the feeling I got from this album was Uzi can still make great music. He should probably just focus on song selection and stay away from the rock songs. Now after this album, Uzi would go on this weird run of just rolling out different albums. He would start the rollout of Barter 6, taking inspiration from Young Thug's Barter 6, which was inspired by Lil Wayne's Carter 6. We saw Uzi basically cosplay as Young Thug for a couple of months before he would then announce Love Is Rage 3, the final chapter of his Love Is Rage series, as he would also state he will be retiring after this album.
Can fans expect an update on Love Is Rage 3?
You're making me feel famous, Tim. You haven't talked to me in like 3 years.
We always talk to you. When's the album coming? Love Is Rage 3. Is it really your last album?
Yeah.
Why is it your last album?
Cause I don't want to really make music. I want to make music. I love making music, but I don't really want to make music like that no more.
What?
Driving?
So what's next after rapping?
I want to make like women's clothes.
Now many
Only women's? Why is that? I'm wearing them anyway. Fuck that.
fans thought Uzi just had enough of being in the spotlight all the time and being pestered by his cult fan base. I mean, the dude has been in the scene for 10 years now, dropping hits on hits every year and probably just wants to live a quiet life. But as time went on...
And the whitey-tidies though, why did we need that last little shot there for 2 seconds?
Life. But
bro was standing out there, morning glory. Oh yes. I'm so tired of wearing hats inside.
But as time went on,
I'm tired of rapping, obviously. He's gonna start biting Nardwuar and people in general.
Was he
I think that might be his next victim. The fangs are coming out.
Beginning to be under fire for his significant drop in quality of music, but also due to his unusual public appearances. Firstly, in 2023, Uzi would announce to the world that
he got that MySpace swag, and his legs look like my legs for real. We're kind of just, we're twinning, TBH.
Now has a new persona, Leslie, where he would show himself wearing a wig and nail polish, posing in a weird manner, if that's how you want to describe it.
He's been saying this is Leslie. He's wearing like these boots and has his hair like that. Then we see him showing off this Leslie look again here. This is what I personally believe. Uzi playing around. I think this is another devilish, demonic, you know, I think Uzi's a stan of the devil. Uzi wants to be the devil. He could never be the devil, okay? We get it. It's old. We're over it. But Uzi is infatuated with being the devil. You know, salute to Uzi. He's trying to do his...
How does putting boots on and dressing a little silly make him the devil at all?
Thing, I guess, with this image, whatever thing, Leslie or whatever.
Okay, yeah, he fucking looks a little bit like Little Nicky. Okay, but this movie sucks shit and has nothing to do with Satan.
Brother.
Except that clearly he exists because that is how the Adam Sandler Little Nicky goddamn Game Boy Color game apparently came to exist. Who the fuck made that shovelware for teens only? No, thank you.
I
gotta play that.
Now Uzi would get heavy abuse from fans on social media as they just found it disturbing how a fully grown man is doing this kind of stuff. You know, each their own, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is so disturbing on so many levels. Grown ass man. Now look, yes, Uzi always has been this kind of boundary pushing experimental emo rapper, but this was genuinely starting to get weird and it would only continue to get worse. In the April of 2024, Uzi would get on stage of Coachella in a red leather tube top with red nails and a handbag. I mean, even 50 Cent had something to say about the situation, as he would say, "Something is in the water, what make bro do that?" I mean, fans even started rumors that Uzi was trying to have a gay off with
What the fucking Fashion 300. He always has out-of-pocket thumbnails though, which is an art form, in my opinion.
Carti, as this was soon after he went absolutely viral for wearing the thong, which fans presumed Uzi saw and wanted to get the same type of attention from it.
I think Uzi was sitting
Can't these guys just be gay in peace?
back watching Cardi wearing that thong, and he said, "What? This is trying to out gay me?" He sees Cardi wear the thong. What?
Yeah, okay.
Sees, and he's up.
I mean,
Insightful
it's seen
stuff.
as cool and boundary pushing, whereas with Uzi, it's lame and you're pushing 30. So I guess people are saying it's kind of unfair. And I think the reason for this is simply because of where the two are at in their careers. Carti for the past couple of years has only been growing and getting more popular, whereas Uzi has been declining. So the bad music
I mean, he
makes
does put out like way more music, it sounds like, which if it's lowering the quality, maybe that could be why. But freaking, it's hard to ask an artist to put out less though, because freaking why the hell would we want that?
deal with the outrageous publicity stunts makes fans angry. But anyways, let's move past this and now talk about his most recent album, Eternal Atake 2. So towards the end of the
Eternal
year,
Atake.
Uzi would make this grand return by reactivating his social medias and changing the bio to all Y, all Y, all Y, alongside the profile picture which was switched to the Eternal Atake logo. He would then drop Uzi the Earthling, some sort of TV show theme to streaming platforms, alongside a UFO sighting in the sky of New York City, all to promote his newest album, Eternal Atake 2. It would eventually drop on the 1st of November in 2024, 16 brand new tracks, with fans hoping it was a huge improvement from the very inconsistent Pink tape. And let's just say the album didn't give you high hopes when the first track mentioned Uzi taking NOS, nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas or galaxy gas.
Yeah, some people were speculating that he used it instead of auto-tune or along with it to like change his voice on some of the songs, which it kind of does sound like it at times. I forget what the song's called. It's not the Big Time Rush one. What's the other one I heard from that album? I don't fucking know off the top of my head, but I mean, they're saying it. People have been saying it. It's been said.
It's an anesthetic that slows down your nervous system.
Yeah, don't do that. That's what's in like Galaxy Gas, Laughing Gas at the dentist. That's what got Kanye all fucked up. But maybe it's also what was inside of him all along. Who knows? That guy just goes to the dentist way too often.
Back-to-back duds, referring to Pink tape. And I say that as a massive Uzi fan. And not only would the album get terrible reviews, but will also perform very poorly, selling 60,000 units in its first week and debuting at the 3rd position on the Billboard 200, getting beat out by Tyler the Creator's Chromophobia, which was in its 2nd week, and followed by Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet. Now we can pretend the numbers don't matter, which I think can be true when the music
3 is still pretty respectable anyway.
is exceptionally good.
Was Lil Uzi ever like at the top of the music industry like that? Because I mean, I don't listen to the radio much. Is he on the radio a lot? I don't fucking know.
But this was just concrete proof Uzi's career was
I guess
rapidly
Tyler the Creator isn't, but
declining. Less than Yeet is crazy. People can say numbers don't matter all they want, but selling this low is embarrassing for someone at Uzi's level. You know damn well you wouldn't be saying numbers don't matter if he sold 200 to 300k, and I don't want to hear any cope about no promo, even though there was promo, when Tyler had the same amount of promo and sold 300k first week without a full week of tracking. We're talking about the same guy who outsold Kendrick Lamar and sold 300k first week no bundles, and now he's getting outsold by Yeet.
bro is yapping. The commenter.
Album he had to release before he got out of his record deal with Atlantic. Now Uzi himself would also begin hinting of this on social media.
Alright, I don't fucking care anymore. Is there anything else No? Swag. This was a good video. I will link it if you want to see the whole thing. Shout out Dom Kolowski. Mr. Kolowski. How are ya?